Hello and welcome back to the Other Side podcast. Happy New Year, everyone. Joining me today for this episode is Wolf
Hello.
and Relik.
Hey,
Relik?
Relic, buddy. Uh, well,
Dude, where is he?
good to know, Relic. Anyway,
Uh, yeah, be like that. Welcome back to
apparently
our
we're getting the
first
silent treatment,
episode.
man.
Yeah, shut up while I'm trying to do the intro, please.
I'm sorry.
But yes, this is going to be one of our first episodes in 2019, as I was saying earlier. And we should enter this year with a little more of nothing. So today
Nice.
I figured this would be just a chill episode, the three of us just reflect and
Laid
catch up.
back, relaxed.
Yeah. Just like you guys at home should be, laid back and
Yeah,
relaxed.
I've got some lemonade.
Yeah.
My
Pause the podcast. Just crack open a cold one and just lean back. We'll wait for you. Yeah, you going ahead.
I mean, they can just like pause it and unpause it, as you said.
Yeah,
We don't have to wait.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean, you said it, dude. Come on. Anyway,
right.
I blame Relic. Anyway.
Yeah. So, how have you been, buddy? How have you been?
Oh, same old, same old.
What does that entail?
Well, a lot of college stuff and work-related stuff and the same old stuff. It's
Same
amazing. It's
grind.
great. Same old grind. Exactly. That sums it up.
Yeah.
I do need a vacation though. I would love a vacation right now, man.
How long has it been since you've actually given yourself a break, or have been given a break?
Well, I've never had a real break since like 2017, but
Man, that's
there was
fucked
this
up.
one day. There was this one day about a few weeks ago when my family was like, "Man, we haven't seen you in years. You got to come over, like travel back home." So I'm like, you know what? Fine. So I went out on a day. I traveled out, and then I came back the next day, less than 24 hours later.
What was
Yeah,
that, what was
like
that for though? Like, what the heck?
like my family really wanted to see me because it's been a long time since I've seen them, and but apparently, like I got there, and then that night, out of nowhere, they got like a cake, and they started singing, and
Oh, so you went on?
it was my birthday.
Oh, you went
It
on
was
your
my
birthday.
and
Wait, what?
I'd forgotten.
Didn't you?
I'd completely
you
forgotten
forgot.
because like of how monotonous like the day after day daily routine thing is. So I'd forgotten it was my birthday, and I was shocked. Like when you always plan those birthday surprises for people, but they expect it because it happens every year. Like this year, I had no idea.
You had
It
genuine
took me completely
surprise.
by surprise. Yeah, exactly. So it was nice. I like that. But
Oh,
yeah,
so you
that was
you
a good
like
day.
surprises. You like surprises.
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't?
It was a
Except
pleasant.
like weird people.
I'm
Yeah.
personally,
Okay.
I don't give a shit. Surprise or not, but I just think it's
Who?
ah. What about you, Relic?
Yes.
What did you do over the past few?
Yeah, man. Tell us what you've been up to. It's been forever.
Same.
Yeah. Good to know, man. Good to know. You do that.
But really, what's he up to? Hello?
Yeah, he's probably doing the same old thing, like crowd surfing.
What the heck is crowd surfing? Anyway,
Surf on a crowd.
yeah, I figured as much. Thank you very much.
So what's been up with you, man? What have you been doing?
Oh, went on a little when I went on a little vacation. Just got back. It's actually my first day back, and
Oh, nice.
things have been a little rough. There is such a thing as too much enjoyment. But let's just say I left some of my responsibilities in the dirt, and
Oh, while you were out on break.
safe to say it's still in the dirt, where I belong.
All right, because you've got to get back into that mindset of working and that. Yeah.
I had something due which I submitted a week late. So there's also okay.
Ooh.
Enough with my personal troubles. What are we gonna
No, I
dive
like talking
into?
about your personal troubles.
Yeah, sure. So you can roast me. Thank you. But
Not to your face.
yeah.
Anyway, let's not get into that.
It's just me, you, and Relic. I
Yeah,
say we get a little
three
personal.
men against the world.
We get a little personal this episode. What do you say about that, Relic? Yeah, thank you very much for your input.
Yeah, I think he
So
likes it.
the silence mean yes.
I'm not sure actually, but like, it feels like he is. You know?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Thanks, Relik.
Anyway,
Love that
um,
guy.
so what are we diving into? Like,
Yeah.
do you want to get?
I mean,
Do you want to get into a small
we.
like this question answer portion? I don't know.
Oh, I have an idea. How about you know this would you rather thing where they ask you a question like between two
No,
options? Would you rather
really?
choose this? Oh, come
Yeah,
on, it's fun.
fine.
Have you ever tried it?
I have. I'm not gonna lie. I have. Why not?
Okay, and
Let's give it a shot.
yeah.
It is pretty fun.
How bad can it hurt?
How bad can it hurt? Mm,
I don't. It was rhetorical.
Relic. If it hurts, speak up.
Yeah, I've got a pain monitor on him actually. It's useful for situations like this.
He's not speaking up, which
Yeah.
means it doesn't hurt.
Yeah, silence
But
is a
anyway,
good thing.
yeah, sounds like a good idea. Let's actually. Would you rather?
All right, shall I go first or shall you?
No, I got nothing, buddy. After
All right,
ladies first.
yeah. Okay, I'll do it. Oh, that hurt.
What kind of ladies' voice is that? Okay, I'll do. You're like Marge Simpson.
Well,
Homie.
actually, that's a compliment. That girl has a unique voice.
Oh,
Gotta give it to
homie.
her.
I can't even
Man,
do it.
I haven't seen The Simpsons in forever. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I miss that. I miss those days. Anyway,
Anyway,
would you
Marge.
rather?
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
No, let's let's not do that.
No, let's not do that. But go ahead.
Okay, so how about would you rather have more time or more money
More
if you had to choose?
time or more money? Can you buy more? Can you buy more of one with the other? You can't buy time with money. Can
You can't buy money with. Well, you could
time?
supposedly earn money with time.
There we go. Questions answered. I'd rather have more time, but no.
But like, there's no guarantee you'll be able to earn it. You know,
I
it's a
don't
chance.
give a shit. But seriously, seriously speaking, I wouldn't even try to spend the time earning more money. I feel like time
You'll just chill.
is quite short, and I don't know. It really depends on my situation, but I would say more time. If I end
It
up being
depends on.
if I end up being
Yeah, it depends
sick,
on like your background.
yeah, if I end up being sick of this life, then obviously wouldn't have more time.
Does this come with an exit clause? Like, you have more time, but you can like
Leave
kill
whenever
yourself
you
if
want. Nah,
Yeah,
you
that
gotta
would be
stick with
interesting.
it. You gotta stick with it.
Oh, if you've got to stick with it, that's different. Because you know how they say like immortality is not a gift; it's a curse.
Yeah, it's because you
Yeah,
probably
there's
get
that
so
idea.
old that you're too messed up to do anything anyway.
Yeah, and you'd be bored as hell, man. Like,
You would be, like move on.
supposedly.
What about you?
Okay, so
What is your
I'd
take?
say like this is hard. Like, I don't really want either. To be honest, like.
Oh, someone's being very
No, because like
selfless.
more money, what would I do with it? Like, again, it depends on your situation. So if I was in a hard part in my life where I'm running short on cash and I'm broke and I'm unemployed, and I need to feed my 7 kids, then yeah, I'd need the money. Or like if I'm running late for class, I'd like more time, but whatever. I don't think that's what the question's talking about. But yeah, it depends on the situation. But as it stands right now, okay, let's just say I take more time.
Didn't you just say you needed a vacation?
Good point. My own words coming back to bite me in the lung. Okay, so yeah, more time. I'm going for more time.
Totally.
You as well?
Huh? Yeah.
Yeah, all right. So consensus on this one. Okay, that's good.
Are we keeping track? What are we like?
Yeah, like
YouTube channel? What the heck?
It's nice to know like what we agree on and what we disagree on. The character building moment.
Listen, we can only agree on one thing. It's that we will never agree on anything. Okay.
We just did. You muppet.
Shoot. Darn it. Okay.
Okay, that's definitely Wolf 1, Axel 0, by the way. I'm keeping track.
Fine. Here's an interesting one I got a while ago. Would you rather freeze to death or burn to death?
You mean burn alive?
No. Freeze to death or
Yeah.
burn to death?
Okay, fine. Freeze to death or burn to death. I'd rather freeze to death.
Same. But wait, why?
Have you ever seen a burn victim? Have you ever? That thing is
No.
it's
In
like
all
one of
my
the most
in all
messed
my
up
10
ways.
years of murdering people, not a single bit
You've
of
never-
evidence. Not a single bit of evidence.
Oh.
You know? Just burn the body.
Well, you're smooth, man. Damn. Anyway,
Yeah. So are my victims. Wait, what?
we do not speak of such things.
That's not.
Keep your shady business to yourself, Mister.
Yes, sir.
He's joking, by the way.
No, I'm dead serious.
Don't bother.
What?
Don't bother. Shh.
What do you
I'm covering
mean?
for you, man.
I hide them in deep fryers. But okay, fine.
Leave the talking to me. I'm a smart one in this crime ring. Anyway.
True.
Well, anyway, but like for real, like burning is one of the worst injuries you could ever have. Like it just, it's just really not pleasant. Whereas freezing to death,
Yeah.
I doubt it's pleasant, but it can't be as unpleasant because like when you freeze, when your body temperature drops, your organs start shutting down. Eventually, your brain does too, so you don't actually feel it.
You don't experience
Whereas
it.
burning is faster, and like you get to experience the pain, and it's just like really nasty. It's really nasty.
It injures both your body, like a burn injures both your body and your ego, you know, depending on what type of burn you get.
Okay, that was a good one. Nice.
I would also rather freeze to death for a similar reason. I mean, you've said everything.
No, but
basically.
Because the reason it's funny that you mentioned this.
I would just say I wouldn't feel it after some point. I just wouldn't feel my death.
Yeah, and like how bad can be freezing to death be? I know it's bad. I know being cold and you shiver and like, but the idea is you shut down. You know, it's not like you're being tortured. You're being essentially turned off like a computer does, like shut down slowly. So like it's bad, but it's nowhere near as terrible as a burn victim.
Can I be a nerd for like 5 seconds? But go on ahead.
No, I was gonna be dark for a few seconds, but let's do the nerd thing first.
Okay. It's also cool. That's not cool. It's nerdy. But
it's cool.
Oh my god. But
yeah, that's a hot joke right there, man.
Okay.
Sorry,
I did not just slam my desk. But yes,
I heard that.
The temperature scale goes to like negative 273 Kelvin. Is that right?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Fuck.
No,
it goes to zero
it goes
Kelvin.
To 0 Kelvin. Minus 273
negative
Celsius.
I'm not a nerd anymore.
Yo, it's been a while.
It's been a while. Can we cut that bit out?
No, it's okay. People know we're idiots.
Yeah, but anyway.
And if they didn't, now they do.
So yeah, the temperature scale goes down to negative 273 Fahrenheit, and you have no limit to the hottest temperature. I don't think you can have like millions of.
Oh yeah, that's true. You can go. I don't know if there is a limit actually. Yeah, I don't think so. Theoretically, you could just keep adding more energy,
more heat until you know.
Yeah.
But yeah. Interesting.
But yeah, it's funny that you should mention this question because there was actually an explosion in the city today, and
explosion,
like a generator exploded, an electric generator exploded, and the two men were like severely injured. One of them had burns on like 3rd-degree burns on 100% of his body. So yeah, like that's what comes to mind when you ask this question, and I would not
nasty.
want. That was not nice to look at. Like it was something out of a horror film. Honestly, it's really unpleasant. Like I would never want that to happen to me or any human being or anything. Like just no. Okay. It's terrible.
Wow, that's a little.
Yeah, sorry for that. But I had to mention that. Yeah,
that's hot. Okay. It's your turn.
Right. Okay, so in the theme of time, how about sometimes you want to go back and fix your mistakes, or like just take a moment to think. So how
Oh,
about, like,
hell
would you
yes.
rather have a rewind where you could go back and fix or change things in the past, or would you rather have a pause button where you could just stop and like change things right now and then resume if you had to choose one?
Okay. Sounds fun. But so wait. I just need something clarified for the pause button. When
Yep.
I pause, um, do I pause as well? Like, do I freeze as well? No,
No.
that
You
wasn't the
have
point. It wasn't the
control.
point. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah,
Because that way, that would be.
that'd be
Imagine
so
how
dumb,
ridiculous that would be, though. Like, let's just take a moment to just imagine how ridiculous that would be. You just press the pause button, and
bro.
then you'd never be able to press the play button because you're paused.
Literally for the. Yeah, but wouldn't it be the same thing for the rewind button then? Like, you just keep
No,
rewinding. You just keep rewinding
no, because
every time.
you're putting your present thought with hindsight into your past self.
No, that would mean thinking ahead to think behind. Uh,
What?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Yeah, but
No, like basically the
enough of
idea
that
is, let's
shit. It's,
say,
let's keep it as basic as possible.
yeah, essentially, like I'll just give examples. For the rewind button, it's essentially like yesterday you ate a fish, and like it gave you food poisoning. So you want to go back in time to when you made that decision and decide not to eat
and feed
that
it to
fish.
my girlfriend. Oh wait, what?
Yeah, exactly. As you do. And
What the
whereas the pause button is like, let's say I come up to you and I'm pissed because like you stole my phone, and then you're like, oh no, I didn't, and then like we fight and you throw my phone on the pavement, so I punch you in the face. So like you pause the button and you change what's happening right now to make me not pissed. Like
wouldn't that
you kind
involve a
of
little bit of rewinding?
no, like you'd punch
To
me in the
to be honest, yeah,
you'd,
that's exactly what I would be doing. I
yeah,
I'd pause,
you'd
beat the
punch,
shit out of
yeah,
you, and then hit play.
exactly. Exactly. Yeah, yeah. That you'd use that to get out of a situation where I might kill you by killing me first.
Actually, that's such a dick move. Like,
Or like when you're in an exam, pause, go study, and then
yeah, nah. I would have to go with the rewind button.
you choose rewind.
Yeah. Ha. Yeah. It's
But
rewind time.
just think of all.
Huh?
Oh my god, I hate you so much right now. You just had to. Ah,
We've been doing it for the past, like for the freeze burn bit. Ha, that's hot. That's hot.
okay, fine. I'll
Okay,
accept.
stop it.
I'll
It's
accept it. No need for a
2019.
pause button
It's
for this
it's
situation.
2019. Okay.
But yeah, I was saying like the pause button would come in handy.
Hmm.
Like just think of the applications. Like because if you're making a mistake right now, or if you're in a really unpleasant situation, like yeah, ideally you could just wait and then rewind later and just change
Definitely.
things then.
Definitely.
But like think of what you can do. For example, you're sitting like think of all the pranks you could do, or all the fun you could have. It'd
Oh
be
no
fun.
no no! I could always literally like mess something up in real life for a prank and just keep rewinding and doing it right until I
Yeah,
get
but
bored, and then I do it right.
you know, there was a movie like this once. I'm pretty sure I once saw a movie where a kid has like this gadget that like he can pause time forever, or like it makes
No,
him
no,
move really fast.
wasn't this movie called Click? And
I don't remember. It was years ago.
Adam Sandler in it.
Maybe,
He,
maybe I don't remember.
okay,
But yeah, I'm pretty sure there's something like that. But yeah, that's what's like honestly,
but yeah,
like
I
because
just
the advantage of pausing time as opposed to rewinding is you could pause, like do whatever you want, and then play, and no one would know it was you. Whereas rewind, you're basically just it's still all you. It's just you're doing something different. You know what I mean?
yeah, I can see your point, but I'm still sticking with the rewind button. Just for my sake,
Uh,
just
I mean, if I went like personally, if I went with the rewind button, I just rewind to like when I was a baby, and like, yeah,
experience.
I regret everything. Yeah, hindsight is 2020, as they say.
Mm,
So yeah, I'd go with the pause
interesting.
button just for the fun. Like it would make my life so much interesting if I could pause in the middle of a lecture and like poke my professor in the eye.
Or like pause before you like pause before you die, and just like, you know what?
Yeah. That could, like, rewinding cannot save your life because you're dead, or like you're about. Actually, I suppose it could if you're really quick, but
If no, then you'd have to be just as quick to pause. Goodness,
that's true. You're right. You're right. Yeah, you'd have to be quick.
yeah, you just have to be as quick. But yeah, Relic. You haven't said anything in a while. Would you rather have
Yeah,
a
man.
rewind? But
Yeah, I'm really curious as to what you think about this topic. I feel like you'd have a lot to share.
yeah.
Fantastic.
Oh, that's a really good question, and
Yeah.
the reasoning to go with it. Are you on pause, Relic? He's on
It
pause.
could be.
I think
It
he's
could
on
be. That's
pause.
an excellent theory.
We should
How do we
rewind.
tell?
We should rewind.
Oh yeah, you use your rewind button, dude.
I'll use my rewind button. Okay.
Don't say oh. Don't do it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Ha.
Oh my god, I just whatever.
If I was in control
Okay.
of okay, no.
You're clearly not. Freaking rewind and delete that shit.
You know what? Rewind the hell out of here, out of this podcast. Okay.
Yeah. Out of life.
Out of life.
Anyway, it's your turn to ask a question.
The heck? Uh
Just do it.
would you rather have no one show up to your wedding or no one show up to your funeral?
Oh, this is a tugging at the heartstrings kind of question.
Nah, I mean, what
Okay,
do you
so
like to think of it as? Goodness.
no, because like this is funny because it's a very personal, like subjective kind of question. So for me, my preference would actually be a small wedding. You know, like the really private wedding.
Uh-huh.
So, like, I prefer a smaller wedding rather than the big extravagant weddings where like your third cousin twice removed attends. I'd rather have a very personal small wedding. But the question said no one,
literally the
right?
same.
No one
Huh?
shows up.
No one shows up.
So not even the bride.
Not even the bride, not even whatever.
Me.
Not even you.
Not even me.
Wait. If you don't show up to your funeral, are you dead? Okay, let's put some rules here. Goodness.
Okay, no one who doesn't have to be there. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it won't
So
be a
you and the
wedding
bride
if
would
you're alone.
you and the bride would show up. You and the bride would show up, but no one else does.
Okay, so who's gonna?
Okay, I would pick no one showing up to my funeral because I would. Me personally, I'd honestly be fine with just me and my wife. Like that's all I need.
That is definitely what I'm thinking. No joke.
But yeah,
That
would be fine with me.
exactly what I'm thinking.
But I need to take into account the opinion of the future Mrs. Wolf. She might like to have her parents there or something. I don't know. So it's like having that kind of restriction. Yeah, like it would suck to get divorced on your wedding day, right? So or murdered, depending on the woman.
Then you'd have no one show up at your funeral if you were murdered.
Oh yeah, because you'd be a dick basically. So
yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna go with no one showing up to my funeral because I'd be dead and I don't care.
Yeah, same.
That's my reasoning here. But, although, like, I wouldn't mind, as I said.
No. I mean,
no one.
No, I would prefer no one showing up to the wedding, and who cares whoever goes to the funeral? Because with people or without people, I'm dead.
You're dead anyway.
I can't enjoy it. You know,
yeah.
I'll probably be better off. I don't even know, but yes, quiet wedding. You know.
By the way, speaking of just a random question out of nowhere, do you have a song that you'd like to be played at your funeral?
A song at my funeral? Hell yeah.
Yeah, like do you have an idea of what is it? The people listening can go check it out and find out what kind of person Axel is.
No. So Far Away by Avenged Sevenfold. Just stop.
Seriously?
No.
Yeah, that's
it's a good song, but no,
it is a good song.
I don't know.
I didn't think
it was either that or I'm gonna have to make it the Skyrim theme. I'm gonna go.
Oh,
I'm gonna go
dude.
as my soul gets escorted to
Damn. That's
Yeah,
wow. That's not a bad idea,
yeah.
actually.
I'm gonna
That would
leave.
be it.
I'm gonna leave as a legend.
Wait, do you know the variation of that theme that plays when you're like in what's it called? The heaven place. What's it called again?
Us.
When you're in heaven.
Yeah.
There's like the epic like
A little bit of
Nordic kind of.
context. This is from something called Skyrim. Okay, people who know it
Come on, man.
know it.
Uh,
People who don't, you can Google it. Skyrim.
People who don't, what are you doing on this podcast, granddad
Yeah, you're probably like
or
45.
grandma?
Although,
Yeah,
dude, there's a little grandma who plays Skyrim. Do you not know?
that's the kind of grandma I want.
She's like really old, and she's very sad that she may not make it to see the Elder Scrolls 6 come out, and that's kind of it's a tearjerker.
Oh man, yeah,
It's really sad.
damn.
But anyways,
So for everyone in the comments below, please send your prayers to this old lady to help her,
well, actually,
achieve her.
people have been petitioning to immortalize her by putting her as a character in the next Elder Scrolls game.
Honestly, they should. That
'Cause
kind
they
of
did
stuff is really
They
nice.
did that to someone for the Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim. They actually did that to someone who had this terminal illness, and he got to visit the game studio and try a little bit
Seriously?
try a little bit of what was
Cool.
available in the game, and because he would not live to see the release, so they named a character after him.
Don't tell me it was Nazim.
No, it was not Nazim.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Oh, it's Eric.
But yeah, I
Never mind. I'll tell you later. For now,
Alright.
we have some would you rathers to do.
Oh, that's true. But I do love it when people do that. Shout like props to what are they called? Bethesda.
Bethesda
for doing
Game
that.
Studios
Yeah.
sponsor us, maybe.
Well done.
Uh,
Yeah, I would take it.
but yeah.
Anyway. Wait, was it my turn or your turn?
I think it was your turn.
Oh, it's my turn.
Yeah.
I know. So like a few weeks ago, we had the lecture on like eye diseases, and the professor asked like, if you have to choose one of your senses to lose, you would never choose your vision, right? Like you would rather go, and like he just assumed it was true that no one would ever want to be blind as opposed to some other form of impairment. So my question is, would you rather lose your vision or your hearing?
Yeah, I mean, hands down, I would rather lose my hearing if my vision is the only other thing. Because
The only other option.
yeah, I mean, it's not the first. I don't know. Don't quote me on this one. Feel free to correct me. But you don't. You're not born with either sense. At least first. I believe.
You,
I believe you get your sense of smell first.
I mean, yeah,
Is that correct?
you're right. Yeah, like it. Well, not they're weakened. They're not fully developed yet, but you're not completely blind or
Understood.
such.
But yeah, to me, always, I'd put vision on top because it allows me to perceive more of the world rather than just, smelling things or hearing things. I wouldn't be able to imagine life not being
That's
able to
true.
visualize things.
I suppose it makes a difference if we're talking about like being blind since birth or like becoming blind at this point in your life after you've already seen of the world what you've seen.
So if
Does that make a difference?
it makes a world of a difference, and I'm talking literally a world of a difference. Because
Well, yeah.
if you haven't perceived anything since
Yeah.
birth, I don't know. You don't feel like you're losing out on much, although you do know that you're losing out on so much, and you just say, like, why can't I?
Yeah, you know theoretically, but you haven't actually experienced anything, so you don't know what you're missing,
Although, I'd sacrifice my vision for certain people I never want to see again. Just kidding. Just throwing a little shade. It's none of you guys. It's none of you guys back home. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, it's not you. It's probably like someone whose name begins with R and ends with Relik, but that's just a guess.
Now he's giving us the silent treatment.
Yeah, that shoulder is cold, man.
Yeah. Terrible, terrible.
But yeah,
What about you?
so you'd go with vision, right? You would
Yeah,
never
yeah,
want.
I'd keep my vision. I would keep my eyesight.
Yeah. All right.
Oh,
Well,
funny enough, um, I gave advice to a few people today. It was not really advice. We were just talking about um, how if you're how people are people able to outrun a grizzly bear, like if you get attacked by a bear. And I was literally like,
mhm.
no, you can't outrun those things. Those things will catch up to you. So uh, it's best just to like get down and show that you're not a threat. you know
Mhm.
and then the people I was talking to, they said it's the same thing with dogs. They'll attack you because you're running away. And
Yeah, that's
funny thing
true.
is, the first thing I tell them is, if you're actually attacked, just cover your face. And they were like, why? And first thing I said is, you want to keep your vision, your eyesight. So, funnily
Oh
enough,
yeah,
that
that's true.
that came up today. Just sharing that with you.
Funny how that like two topics have been relevant to today in particular. Funny how that happens.
It's almost like it's scripted. Um,
Yeah.
fun. Wouldn't you agree, Relic? Okay, same.
That sounds like a positive reaction. Yeah. So for me, I'd well, obviously, it would suck to lose either one, right? But
Hell yeah!
I'd actually rather lose my vision than my hearing,
Wow.
just because, again, it would suck to lose either one. But just because, like, my life would be miserable if I could not listen to
Oh,
music.
music.
Like, because I'm one of those people who's
No.
extremely attuned to music, right? Like, it's not just you plug it in and you start dancing and singing along. It's more of a deeper, studying the music, sort of having a listen that way. So if I could not do that, I don't know why I'd want to live. To be honest, it would just be miserable. Like, I mean, it would suck to be blind as well. I'm not saying it wouldn't, but
Yeah.
for me personally, like if I could not, if I had no like, it's almost like food for your soul at this point. So if I could not do that, I'd starve, metaphorically speaking.
hmm And you do know that you could still get around that. It's just fine.
How so? Like, what do you mean?
Classical composer, best example.
Yeah, I mean, he
Beethoven.
he could compose, but he could never
Beethoven was
listen.
deaf in his
He
final
could
years.
compose. That's true. You can still compose, and like I've actually done that. Like I've composed on a muted. Like I couldn't listen to what I was writing because I did it in class like an idiot instead of paying attention. But anyway, uh, like yeah, it's possible to compose, but you can never listen. You can never,
Get the fruits of your labor.
like you can picture the notes in your head, but for example, someone else's music, you'd never be able to hear. It just was what's in your
I don't
head.
know, if you lose your sense of hearing, do you lose, your idea of sound? Is that
If you've heard sound before, no, you don't, because it's imprinted in your brain. Like the synapses, the connections, they're already formed.
so? If you were a musician long enough, then losing your hearing wouldn't be the worst thing to happen. It's just
Pretty
the
much.
yeah, yeah. It's just the
I mean, yeah,
the satisfaction that comes
exactly.
from actually
I mean,
hearing.
yeah, you could definitely compose without hearing.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So yeah, that answers that.
Yep. Okay. Next. Um.
Yeah, I think it's your turn, right?
Right. Right. It's my turn.
All right, give us a good one.
Let's see. Whoa. Here's one. Would you rather be a kid your whole life or an adult your whole life?
Oh, good one.
Yeah.
Uh,
What are you gonna say to that?
so I would say I think I'd be a kid my whole life.
Yeah.
Just because, I mean, all right, so it's a matter of perspective, right? Because now you can see and you go like, oh, the good old days when I was a kid and I didn't have
Now that I've
responsibilities and
experienced
stuff.
this, I'd rather go back to the trial version of life where I didn't have to pay for shit.
Yeah, I'd rather be a fetus again.
Be a fetus
Screw
again.
this. Anyway, but yeah, but when we were kids, it's be like, oh, I want to be free and independent and stuff. So in my current mindset, yeah, I definitely want to be a kid. But when I was a kid, I'd probably answer, I want to be an adult my whole life, So it's a matter of perspective. But right now, I definitely want to be a kid. Being an adult sucks.
Same. I think every single adult listening to this podcast would, and I really do hope it's only like uh, around that age group listening to the podcast. It's gonna be
Yeah.
a little sketchy, but just saying, I'd rather be a kid as well, and just
Yeah, I mean, think how good life was back then.
go back. Yeah, when you could like do whatever kids did. I was apparently very unconscious when I was a kid because I don't remember anything.
Oh, you don't? Well, yeah, but I mean, your memory sucks as a. Actually, it's supposed to be good, but you don't remember anything that happened when you were like really young,
No, I
like
don't even
2, 3
remember
years.
what happened when I was like 7 or 8. Like I wouldn't be able to remember specific memories. I
Oh,
think it.
yeah. I mean, unless it's something extremely charged emotionally
Yeah,
or something.
that I mean,
It's
I
like
may
a
be able to
trigger
remember.
kind of thing.
They're yeah, emotional triggers.
The first, like,
Definitely,
that,
I have a bunch
do
of
you have
those.
a first memory that you can think of? Like, what's your
As far
first?
back as I remember.
Yeah, just like a quick. How old were you and what was it?
Oh, I do. But however, I don't think it's a genuine memory because I watched it in a family video. You know, like a family movie
Oh, yeah, I get
where
what you
your
mean. So
parents go like
kind of a
take out the
mix.
video camera, start filming stuff, and I don't think it's a genuine memory because I watched it back like
Yeah, that's true. How can you tell?
around
Yeah.
8 years ago. I watched it back, something like that. So I may just have to do with that. We moved in to this new place, and my dad brings out the camera, starts filming the place, like looking at the different rooms, and there's just me being the hyper kid I was, jumping in front of the camera, going from side to side. And then my
You
dad
haven't
just
changed.
what the hell? Screw you. But yeah, and then my dad telling me off, going like, "The heck is this kid doing?" But yeah, that was
Can't
probably
blame
one
him.
of the earliest. Yeah,
Cheers, mate.
one of the earliest memories that I have.
Yeah.
I guess.
Well, again, you're
I
not
guess.
completely sure.
It's not really
Yeah.
my whole memory, but yeah, it's not.
I actually have a very specific memory,
Really?
which, like, I'm sure I haven't seen on tape. It was like when I was 2 years old,
2.
and it was because it was the death of a public figure who was really beloved. So, like, I remember everyone was in tears. Like, everyone outside in the streets were all like people wearing black and crying in the street, whatever. But yeah, basically that was like extremely emotionally charged for me as a baby. So yeah, I remember that very clearly.
I see.
So
Interesting.
yeah, that's 2 years old, huh? I'm a genius.
Wow, you are.
Anyway,
Hell yeah, 200 IQ.
more, man. I did an IQ test and I was like 200. I forget. Maybe we should do one on a podcast one day.
I saw this advertisement online, and it was like, "Take your IQ," and then like I did it. I clicked on it, and like now my computer doesn't work. But at least I have 3,000 IQ. Like, oh my god. And there's this
Yeah, I
other
mean,
one.
it's bragging rights, right? Worth more than a computer.
Hell yeah. And before this computer broke, I had another computer that also broke, and it was telling me win a free iPhone 13, and like obviously won that. Like,
yeah,
I
you're the
clicked on
best at
it,
this kind
and
of
then I
things.
won
Yeah.
my iPhone 13. Amazing. Yeah, don't click on random ads, guys. You never know what they can do.
And don't believe those Nigerian princes who want you to rescue their daughters or something.
And transfer $30 million to your account.
Yeah.
I had an email like that.
Yeah,
once.
yeah.
Yeah.
I got one of those when I was 12. I actually believed it at the time. I was an idiot. Luckily, I told people about it, and they're like, "Dude, don't be an idiot." Anyway, how about we do one more?
Oh, okay.
How about we do one more? Would you wrap?
You'll do it,
and then wrap it up.
Why don't you wrap this one up?
Okay, so the last one, I want a good one. Actually, I'll do a lame one, or should I do a good one? Whatever. Okay, so if you were an explorer, right, and like the Earth is unmapped, everything's unmapped, you're like back in the dark ages, but with technology, whatever. Anyway, the point is, would you rather explore outer space or explore the depths of the ocean?
You see, I'm scared of heights. That's number one. But number two, I had recently answered this question, and I said ocean initially, but then I was convinced that space would be so much more, I don't know, beautiful to explore because of
Yeah,
all the mysterious things.
the sheer novelty, I suppose.
Also, space is huge, man, huge. Like you can only go so deep in an ocean or
Well, but
the
then again, the
ocean.
question is how much of space can you cover in your lifetime?
Um, well, we can see stuff because
You can see stuff.
light travels very fast. But
That's true.
can you get there? No. So
Probably not. Yeah,
I'd rather
but I
be
see where you're coming from.
I'd rather be
I see where you're coming.
disappointed. I'd rather be disappointed and in space. Uh, yeah.
I mean, drowning
No,
sucks,
far
but
far
we're
far
assuming
away
that
from
won't happen.
very far away
Yeah.
from certain people. Yeah. Let's not get
Again,
into that. Being very edgy
nudge,
today.
nudge.
I think it's all the water I've been drinking. Stay hydrated, fellas.
Yeah,
But yeah,
that full bladder can really put you on edge, huh?
oh yeah, I love having a full bladder, man. I did that every day in the
Totally,
sixth grade.
dude.
Pissed my pants every day, and I feel really
Okay,
good
that's a
about it.
bit too much information.
I sound like the most secure
much
person ever, you know. But yeah, what about you?
I choose oceans actually
Yeah,
because
you like getting wet? Okay, no.
no, I don't like. I actually hate getting wet. I'll be in a submarine, but like exploring the oceans would be useful because they're here on planet Earth.
Oh wow,
As
look at
opposed,
you.
so like if you find something down there, I don't know, like some energy source at the deep cracks of the ocean, like the thermal vents, or I don't know. I'm not a scientist, right? But
Yeah,
like that kind of stuff would
dead
be cool,
bodies.
might be useful, and it would be interesting to know what's on our planet before going to space. So, like in a purely logical argument, I'd say oceans for me.
Sounds good. Sounds pretty good. Well,
Yeah, let's agree to disagree
well
on
thought
this one.
out.
You go to space, I'll do the oceans. We can still podcast over the Wi-Fi. It's fine.
Oh hell yeah, because the Earth was
Yeah.
unmapped and we had Wi-Fi. Oh.
Yeah, I said assuming you have technology. I specifically put that disclaimer out there so you could not come back to bite
Yeah,
me in the
we
neck.
have technology and the world is still unmapped. Goodness.
Yeah, I mean, it's our job to explore it, right?
Okay, fine.
It's a hypothetical question. Come on, give me some slack.
I'm not a hypothetical person, and neither are you. Relik is right now. He's being
Fair
so
enough.
hypothetical.
Yeah,
that,
Relik likes to speak in abstracts when he
He
speaks at
doesn't
all.
even speak. Like he hasn't spoken for a solid
Yeah.
50 minutes.
Yeah, that's true. Relik, you got anything to say, mate?
Yeah, we should wrap this up. So, how about you give us the closing remarks, Relik, and then
Yeah, I feel like Relik would have a lot to say about this episode.
all right.
I mean, his contributions were honestly excellent.
Oh wait.
I don't think we could
Did
have
you
done
hear
without
that?
him.
He's speaking. Don't interrupt. That'll be rude.
Okay, shh.
Look what you've made him done. Wait, no. Look what you've done. You've upset the ghost.
You okay, buddy?
He's
All
gone
right.
all quiet again.
Well, thank you, Relik. That was very insightful of you.
But yes,
So this episode is sponsored by Relik,
and his
and it's
presence.
dedicated to Relik, and it would not be possible without Relik. We all hail Relik. Relik is the leader of the Other Side podcast, and without Relik, the world would suck.
And this podcast would suck.
Yeah, except that we just did an episode without him, and it's anyway. Let's not get into that. Okay, so yeah, let's wrap this up.
Yeah. Thank you so much, guys, for listening. Hope you enjoyed this podcast. Feel free to answer the questions. I bet people, like some of you, have already gone ahead and answered your questions. But do let us know.
Yeah.
Do let us know in the comments what you guys think about any one of the questions. If any one of them, I don't know, stood out to you, like.
And if you've got any more would you rather questions, let us know. We could try tackling them in a future podcast.
And always remember, leave your recommendations in the comments section. We may feature them in a previous episode, in a future episode. See, rewind button.
Okay?
Where's the
Are
rewind button?
okay?
I am not okay. I may be having a mild stroke, but yes, let's hit the
Happens
rewind
to the best
button.
of us.
Okay, but yeah,
So yeah.
are we gonna keep saying that? Yeah.
All right. So again, this has been the Other Side podcast. I'm Wolf. The other guy's Axel.
The Other Guy podcast. Okay. See you again in the next episode. Bye.
Farewell, my friends.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.